Hi guys, before I get into today's video, I just want to apologize on the lighting of this video. I was setting up my tripod ready to film and my ring light, which came with this tripod, is refusing to work. It's probably because it's a cheap one and the wires in it are probably knackered, and I will probably have to open this up and have a look inside, but I will probably have to buy one on Amazon that's a much better quality. So apologies for the lighting in this video. It's only going to be a temporary thing. And I also want to say a massive thank you to anyone and everyone that watches my video, not just this one, but all of my videos or whatever, whether you are subscribed to me or not. It always warms my heart whenever I see my view figures go up, no matter on what video it actually is. So thank you so much for watching my videos and watching this video. So this video is just going to be kind of a laid back type of thing. And in this video, I'm just going to talk about the situation with Jake, and it's going to be a conclusion video, and also how Jake, my dog, is going to affect my channel. So this is going to be kind of a update video. So for those of you who have no idea who Jake is the family dog. Recently, he was diagnosed with cancer. He had a lump on the right side of his jaw, and I came home one day and my nan said that Jake had got cancer. And everyone was really upset about this, as you can imagine. I didn't know how to react. I kind of was thinking in a negative way because my mindset was like, if you think of the most negative situation, then when something bad happens, then you won't be disappointed. That's my mindset on life. So Jake had to go up to the vet to have an exam done and all these tests done, scans and being poked and prodded. And based on that whole examinations, they were thinking about whether it would be appropriate for Jake to have an operation. And on the 1st of February, he went to the hospital or the vet to have an operation done. Yesterday, he came back. He was supposed to come back today, but my dad said that he's ready to come back today, or yesterday rather. Would I like to go and pick him up? And I said, yeah. First off, I was really pleased that Jake had actually fully recovered from cancer. They said that it was an extensive operation and it was a complex thing for them to actually do, but they managed to get it all out of his neck. I was so happy about when they said this, as I was very down. There were a few times that I was not crying or bawling with tears, but kind of having a little private weep in public. I remember there was a time when I was on a train. I can't remember if it was a work day or not. And there was a time when I was in my local bookshop, or one of my, well, not local, it's up in London, but one of my favourite London bookshops. And I was sitting there and I was weeping. And it was a kind of a cry that I had in private. It was one that I could have said, "Oh no, I'm not crying. I'm a man. I'm tough." But there's just something in my eye. That was what I was probably going to say if someone asked me. But yeah, I mean, Jake's been in the family for a while now. We adopted him from Battersea Dogs Home. If you're over in America, you probably don't know what I mean. But Battersea is a big shelter for dogs and cats. And we had him for years. Even though he is a Staffy, and people's assumptions on Staffies is that they are big, tough, strong, violent dogs, but they're not. Staffies are the biggest babies ever. All Jake wants to do is to be loved and stroked and fed, and I have never seen him show any aggression whatsoever whether it's growling or biting at someone. Yes, if he is excited, he will actually bark and he will try to, play nip you, whatever. But violent aggression towards anyone, whether it's a family member or a stranger, never happens. I remember many years ago, Dad and me took him for a walk in the park, and Jake was like chewing on this massive branch, and it was only about about 2 foot long, and but it was really really thick, and we were trying to get it out of his mouth, but he wouldn't let go. So my dad like grabbed both ends of the stick and like held it up in the air, and Jake was in the middle, like dangling, in the middle. He wouldn't let go. It was like, it was so funny. It's really amazing that how I still remember that. But going back to his cancer, I was in a very, I wouldn't say a dark place, but a unknown place. I remember occasionally thinking about the scene in the original Pet Sematary movie where Judd takes the Creed family to the actual pet cemetery, and how he says, well, kids have got to learn about death sometime. I know I'm not a kid. It's been many, many years since I was a child. But I was thinking, you try to like, it's just like really, really hard thing to actually overcome the death of a pet. I know that it was really, really hard for me to actually talk about this on my channel, because I was thinking, well, it's a dog, it's like, it's a pet, But I remember saying that it's not like a iPhone or a tablet or a laptop, or maybe like a DVD or a Blu-ray where you can like exchange it for a new one or a better model without a moment's thought or hesitation. Jake, he has a personality. Even though he's a very sensitive dog, he is a very excitable dog, and he does have a unique personality. And I created a whole video based on my love for Jake. I called it my tribute to Jake, and for a couple of days I was just going around with my phone and I was just recording little bits and pieces of Jake so I can like put it as a kind of a vlog montage type of video, and I uploaded it on my channel. I didn't expect anyone to actually watch it. Maybe I would probably get about a handful of views to watch it. It was more for me than anyone else, really, to be honest, because I edited it, I put some music to it as well, and I made it as good as I possibly could. And then at the end I had a text saying the end and then a question mark, because at that time I didn't know what was happening. We were in limbo. But everyone that watched that video was so super supportive. Even channels I have never heard of and never watched any of their videos were commenting back saying that they were sorry about Jake. And it was like really, really good. It was like really comforting that people were like supporting me in my hour of need, and even still thinking about it's all based on a dog is still a little bit silly in my mind. But Jake is part of the family, and it's still a sensitive subject right now. But as I said, me and Dad went up to the vet. He's been obviously up there a couple of times already, and when I went up there, we were like going past all these fields where all these horses and sheep are, and I'm like, okay, it's been a while since I've seen fields with horses and sheep. It's like really unusual, because around here is the only animals we get are foxes and squirrels and the occasional pigeon. So when we went up there, all the staff was so super nice, and Jake came out and he had the right side of his jaw all shaved, and he went all down his neck to his chest is all shaved as well, and he had like a massive plaster or bandage on his chin area, and he seems very groggy, because at that time it was only about just over 24 hours since he had the operation. And quite surprisingly, he didn't seem to be excited that Dad and me were actually there. I mean, I was just giving him a stroke, and I got down on the floor at his level, and I was just like giving him some love while the vet or the doctor was like giving Dad the tablets and the collar, because Jake has to wear a kind of like a cone of shame, like them hard plastic ones, but it's more of a fabric one, so there's a bit of like leeway if he bumps into anything. And he only wears it when he goes outside and it's raining, or if he's been left in the house by himself, or if he is sleeping at night. Dad puts it on him in case he tries to scratch his stitches. And he is drinking loads of water as well. And yeah, it's just about him recovering and healing, and us giving him all the attention as we can. I was going to go out today to watch Jackass Forever, but because at the time the weather was rubbish, it was cold and wet and horrible, and my mood kind of changed as well. So day in for me today. So that is what's going on with Jake and the conclusion to what has happened to Jake. I'm so pleased that he has beaten cancer. I really am. So how is this going to affect my channel going forwards? Well, at that time in January, I said that if this goes south with Jake, then I will potentially be in a reading slump. And I wasn't sure if I mentioned it, but I was going to have a slight pause on my channel. That was on the table as well. But now that he is fully recovered, or is on the road to recovery rather, that's not going to happen. So for this month, I am going to be continuing on with what I want to read. There's not going to be any drastic differences in the books that I'm going to be reading, or in the size of the books that I'm going to be picking up. But in March, I am planning to pick up bigger novels. I do want to get to the third book in the First Lord trilogy by Joe Abercrombie, The Lost Arguments of Kings, which I started reading by DNF'd it because I had to read The Empire of the Vampire by Jay Kristoff. So I want to get back to that one, and I also want to make a start on reading the second book in the Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice. But I'm still going to be a mood reader as well. That's something that's not going to change this year, as I've got all these books in my room and I want to read them first. And because I've actually gone to shops, whether it's online or secondhand shops, and I've bought all these books and they've been on my shelves, and I just want to get to them and read them before I buy any more. I'm not going to be on the complete buying ban, but I want to kind of rein in the amount of books I buy. So my scheduling for the rest of this month is going to be definitely on Mondays, but I might occasionally upload on a second day at random during the week. I might do that. It's only if I feel like it. I might upload like a video on like Wednesday, for example, just to pick a day out of the hat. But on Mondays, I'm going to always be uploading a video, whether it's one or two or several or however many. When it comes to March, I am going to be going back to my previous uploading days, which are Monday and Friday. But currently in the month of February, I'm definitely going to be uploading every Monday, and if I want to, I will be uploading a video on another day, because this is probably going to go up either today or at the weekend. So yeah, that's just my little update, my little channel update about how Jake is doing and how it's going to affect my channel and how I'm feeling, I suppose. I'm not sure whether I will be mentioning how Jake is doing at the beginning of my videos going forward after this video has been uploaded. If there's anything dramatic that's actually happened to actually Jake, or is happening to Jake rather, I will make an announcement at the beginning of the video. But probably going forward after this video, I will not mention him or give any updates. If you guys want me to, then comment down below, and I don't mind giving you a little update on how Jake is doing. I'll probably just be uploading pictures on the community tag on my channel, so you guys can see Jake and see how he's doing. I might take a picture of him in that collar, because he does look like a flower, and he does look really stupid. He really does. But yeah, that's just my little video, guys. I didn't have a plan to what I was going to say in this video. Apologies once again for my ring light. It was a probably like a real cheap one, so that's probably why it's knackered right now. I will definitely be going on to Amazon today to get a ring light, preferably one that can screw onto my tripod, because this one has a kind of a screw, so it screws on top. And I will be definitely choosing one that's not an obscene amount of money, but one that's not cheap either. I want to get a good quality ring light so I can make my videos look better. But this lighting scheme, because I've got my window open, it's got light coming in, it's only temporary, guys. It doesn't look too bad. But yeah, I better let you go. Been droning on for way too long now, and I'm sure you have got better things that you have to do rather than listening to me droning on and on and on about my channel and about my dog. So yeah, and with all that out of the way, have a great day, read some awesome books, and I will see you all in my next video.